You talking about?
Yo, my man's on time over here too. What? It's gonna be a good ass show.
Not Mike. I'm here so I won't get fined.
Yo,
It's about to be a good show if he shows his
I'm
face.
Marshawn Lynch in here. What's going on, bro?
You gonna show your face, Mike? Come on, son. I need that audience.
no, listen, baby steps, man.
Come on,
I can't be on time and have the camera on. Like you
So
asking for a lot.
I need your demographic, B. Ladies love you saying that old man dread look.
Now I dyed it because I'm self-conscious about my gray hair.
You dyed your hair. I find that hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'm killing.
That's one of the hardest things I've ever done.
You saw him yesterday. He lying.
That too.
I can't.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all, everyone tweet that we live right now? You should have.
If I can find my fucking phone.
Here we go.
Okay. I don't have Twitter followers.
Here we go.
I only have snob like writers as my Twitter followers.
Mike got all the followers on Twitter. Ain't even to put me down, so I ain't telling nobody to follow the kid.
What you nigga? I'll share all your stuff. I mean, can I say nigga? I mean, I'm just trying not to say that.
I'm saying this. We you know what I'm saying we do all that here. But I'm saying, all right, Booker T, is that you ain't tell people to follow the kid.
Not Booker T.
Hogan,
I could see Mike trying to do a spin and Rooney too. Mike always doing backflip. We be doing nothing, talking shit. Mike take 2 steps back and then just do a backflip. Like what you doing?
It's my intimidation.
We all see you do a backflip before.
It's so people can look at me like, oh, he look like that, and he's
this is where intimidating the other team.
That's
like you being big as shit. Don't intimidate them already. Don't make no sense.
What up in the chat? I know that CL's dude. What up?
I know we had a running order. I'm this Chance stuff. You know he the host.
Hold on, I ain't do the intros yet. Relax, B.
We'll get to the intros then, because the running order you had, we ain't talk about Hook. I see you put it in the promo, but
we all talking about Hook. Hook's the future.
We gotta talk about Hook. That's all I'm saying.
I said we all talking about Hook.
Yeah, but when you had put it in the group chat before, it was before Rampage. So we were talking about Hook. Then Hook debuted. We like, all right, we gotta talk about Hook.
So I just put it in the chat today.
That's what I said. But when
we
talking about what we're talking about, it was before Rampage.
He did say that. He led with that, by the way.
First of all, I'll fire everyone right now.
We quit. We'll go CL.
Except CL, because CL just waiting for a reason.
Why is this not coming on?
She's waiting for a reason to go.
Dang.
Hold on, real quick. Because I'm trying to put the thumbnail on YouTube Live, so they don't just see a black ass screen and say live.
What in the actual heck? Why is it not? I never had this problem with this camera.
I know you're somewhere out there.
Hold on, because I don't know. I'm about to do this from my phone. Dang, man.
Come on, son. Might be going back and forth between devices.
What up, King Gibbs? What up?
You know I clicked on Zoom.
Let me do this intro. So, because
Kenny clicking on Zoom for?
Don't just. I have issues.
Come on, man. You know how Mike is, man. It's always like he said, baby steps, man. I'm surprised we got.
Yeah, I'm on time. That's
he actually volunteered. All right, so here we go.
That is
you already know what it is. It's the most watched #1 indie low key podcast that you should be watching. If you're not, tell your friends. Wrestling Behind the Curtain. I am the handsome heel host, Chance. In case you don't know, right here, look, wrestling fans are toxic. Merch is in the description box. Go cop that because we need that because you guys are crazy. We have the beautiful CL up in here. She's spicy. You know what I mean? We got the so-called Mr. Crypto, too cool for school. Kenny up in here.
Sometimes.
You know what I mean? We got old man Gray Superman up in here, Mike.
Well, I mean, look, as much of me as y'all can get, because obviously I'm having technical difficulties.
You know what I mean?
But I try to soothe y'all over with my masculine.
Beanie Brothers as an effect. We here. You know what I mean? Trap boys, we here. You know what to do. It's on the low. It's on the low. We got that.
I cannot.
You know what I mean? Shout out to the beers coming in at the 42. New Year's is my birthday. If y'all don't know, make sure you cop me something. Let's get that. Cash App is in the description box. Bless your boy. You know what I mean? Let's get that.
Shout out. Are you sure you're done talking about yourself?
Nope. No, nope. Okay, not yet. Okay. Trying to get that sponsor. Yep. You know what I'm saying? If you here for CL, we appreciate y'all. If you're not, go check out on Twitch, on Instagram, on Twitter. Every time I do that on Twitter, go get that. I mean, after Jack left, you know, I don't know what anymore. Kenny, follow him everywhere. He's on Go for Two. He's on Boom or Bust.
Yes, sir.
He's the newest member of Geeked Out. You know what I'm saying? We'll be recording that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mike. Follow him everywhere. He don't like to be followed though, but
That's not true. Yeah, I'm on the Twitter and
Twitter.
he on that Bluebird.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
Let me go get that. He got a book coming out. We're waiting on that.
Yeah, yep, it's coming out eventually. But what y'all gonna lead with? I'm just curious.
We gonna lead with whatever Kenny, because Kenny told me to hurry up and get the shit out the way.
Okay.
So
I'm telling you. Look, we said we're gonna talk about Jeff. We're gonna talk that. We got a couple things to talk about. WWE's future, but we seen a couple debuts, legacy wrestlers. We saw Dominic. I know Chance don't like Dominic right now. He don't like his potential too much, but Dominic Mysterio. But his debut was highly touted by a lot of people. A lot of people like, oh damn, Seth carried him, but he didn't have to carry him too much. But Hook was with Fuego del Sol. You wasn't telling me Fuego del Sol was gonna carry a damn thing. I'm sorry. He nice, but he not no legend that we talking about gonna carry a whole match. Hook put on last night.
Everything about Hook was fire.
It was.
The intro, the way he came in, like he was that nigga, like he Chaz's son. That I found out on the low because I didn't know that. Like he came out to the Action Bronson song. Like we here. If you don't know who Action Bronson is, he sounded like Ghostface Killer. So at first I was like, this nigga coming out to Wu-Tang? And I was like, oh, okay.
That
No,
was gangster.
I was like, that's Action Bronson. I was like, okay, we here. So, give the TNT belt to Hook. I'm ready. Strap it up.
It
wasn't
just
just this match that did that. They had to look
I'm
because
about to be like
something was going on. They're like, get Hook. You know what that mean? Hook don't wrestle. Hook. I mean, he got a little muscle on, but it's like you got Hobbs on your squad. Why are you saying get Hook? And showing us again why it's get Hook. Send Hook because Hook.
Did you see the ovation?
Yeah, shit is crazy.
Nigga, I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, when he first came out, the ovation when he first came out was because he was Taz's son.
So he
like that.
He was AJ Styles.
Yeah, like that. Like that's what that was. And then as the match continued, it's like, oh shoot, like this dude is like legit, and he's smooth. He's technically sound. It's like watching a quarterback prospect who just has not just the tools, but who has the mechanics that you don't have to teach.
It's the opposite of watching Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my god!
Well, and coming out, he had all the mechanics. Like so, it is like watching Trevor Lawrence. No, that's exactly.
Sorry, Mike. I want the regular show real quick. There's two people that I said that was going to be a bust. This ain't Boom or Bust, but there's two people I said was going to be a bust, and there's a bust. I said that Zion was not going to be that nigga, and he ain't. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, because I ain't gonna fat shame, but he is 340, and you ain't supposed
He's
to.
Not 340.
He ain't supposed to be that.
325. Every time somebody mentions his man weight, they add 10. He too big. I say that, but I said he should.
I said he ain't gonna be nothing. I said it was gonna be Ja, and it is Ja. And then the other dude was Trevor Lawrence. Everybody was making a big deal about Trevor Lawrence. I said Trevor Lawrence ain't gonna be shit. And what is happening? He ain't shit.
It's literally not even a full season yet on a Jacksonville trash
You
war.
can't watch Trevor and tell me that he's that guy. But anyway,
that's a whole nother.
Going back to Hook.
Hey, we might have to take this for go for two because Zion take. I don't know, bro. I personally think he should have played football, stayed in football. But
Zion is the next Greg Oden.
I don't know about that. That's hard.
That's it. So, CL, what do you think about Hook?
So I thought it was a great match. Like he came in with straight fire. He carried. Like he did the whole match. Like it was not just like, oh, I'm gonna do a few moves here and there. No, like it was from start to go, like fully energized. He got in, he got out, and the same way that he got out is how he came in. Like it was a great match, especially for it to be his debut match.
No, I think it was. Honestly, I think it was a great match. Period. Like even I'm talking about from him, like the way he was like executing some of the moves. Like one of the things that really stuck out was the headbutt, right? Like he's headbutt, and it's like we don't see that like often. And then he did it as a young person, so it's like okay, well he kind of get the nuances of what it's like to be a wrestler. Like
I'm about to watch it again.
Nah, the dude
his hair was a little crazy, but
his hair was. That's the only thing that kind of threw me off.
Carlito.
The hair threw me off. I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna keep this up. You know the whole.
What's wrong with your hair? Hair was fire.
No, I was looking. I was like, is that his hair sticking up like that?
Yeah,
okay.
Like he like a Super Saiyan. Now I know what it
is. You want to hear something crazy?
I
had a dream. I can't remember what wrestler it was. This is how crazy the WWE is. I had a dream it was some wrestler. I don't even remember. Like I said, like G shit. Mm-hmm. And he debuted he went into the main roster, and it cut his hair. And I looked at him. I was like, It was like
I mean,
that's
on
how
brand. They do that.
Yo, exactly.
that's how crazy it was. But
He
anywho,
still ain't over Otis haircut, and that wasn't even
Bro.
debut.
Yeah, that wasn't even his debut. Like that John hurt.
yo,
Worst gimmick change ever.
they
Not
buried
worse. Obviously not actually the worst.
Otis off a haircut.
I mean, they was already starting to kill him anyway with
Yeah.
Tucker's heel turn.
Yeah.
I want to know why the thing for everyone that comes up is cut their hair.
I want to know why they think tag team shouldn't exist.
Wait, hold on. This is not what this is about. Wait. We have shows that actually
we talk about WWE future now at this point.
Yeah, we have shows that we actually watch.
Yo, my bad. Like shout out to my kid. He is now the creative director of Geeked Out. So I'm sure he does this for here too. We got to keep structure. We're not on that right now, so that another time. So
let's take it back.
Move it along.
So one of the things I wanted to ask y'all, because I think I haven't really
ask away, brother.
I haven't really dove into it like that, but because I skipped to see Hook, so I had to go to Rampage just to watch Hook because I kept hearing, man, Hook debuted like so. I just wanted to see that. So I didn't get to watch Dynamite yet. Y'all know I watch everything late, but there's this thing about how CM Punk versus how MJF is being received. Is this the crowd turning on CM Punk, or was it just that particular city they were in?
I think it was that he's from Long Island.
Yeah, that was a hometown hero welcome. It's because it's long time. No. You also see what he said to the people of Long Island. You know, every time you go to a city, he talks shit.
Yeah, no, of course.
Long Island. He said, you people are smart enough to know, and he goes blah 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 blah. Like he gave them the credit because he was supposed to talk shit when he was in Cincinnati, when he was talking shit about y'all saw how he went in when he was in Cincinnati. Like so, even though Mox is from all that, so he went back home to Long Island, which he did talk about a little bit beforehand. He's like, when we go to Long Island, that's why I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then he went back home and then he put on for his city. There are discussions happening on Twitter and Facebook talking about should we turn MJF babyface?
Not yet.
And I don't even know about night. I don't think ever. I think he might be a career.
You have to but I don't think those really exist. See what you was gonna say?
No, I don't ever want to see him go babyface. Like
hold on.
Have that personality ever.
I gotta do this for Mike. I gotta do this for Mike. Hold on, please. Like shout out to Mike. Like, I asked you to take some creative control, and you doing it. So my man was like, "See what you think? Like, please, see what do you think?"
Anyway, this man. So yeah, what you say? He said never ever, like ever.
Nah, but for real, like
within the next 5 years at least.
Go face. I feel like he doesn't have that personality. Like if he were to go face, everybody will just keep anticipating him going back heel. It'll be like, okay, but when are you going heel? It's almost like Alexa Bliss. Like Alexa Bliss has that way where you've seen her as heel and you like it so much that when she goes face, it's like
it's kind of like I just want to see you go.
No, it's like Triple H. It's like
that's the excellent.
When you about to
that
turn,
is a phenomenal comparison. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I could add another one because I'm on the road. It's like Randy Orton.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting to say. Randy Orton, I tried to babyface him. That didn't work out.
I'm here all day, people.
It's not just about MJF himself. It's like when you look at the 4 pillars, as they call them now, like he is the best heel. Mm-hmm. And all the other guys, they all can be decent heels, but they're all clearly better as babyface. Maybe Darby's on you don't know. Sammy's definitely a better babyface than heel. Like we know looking at like I just say, if those are the structures we build in AEW around for the future, which is what we seem to be doing, because even though yes we have all these other stars, they are showing us, hey, care about these guys. Yeah, you can hang about Hangman, you can care about all, but the 4 pillars, that's going to be our bread and butter for a while. And MJF is the best heel out of the group. So
you mentioned something, and I'm because kind of just something clicked. So yeah, you were not a huge fan of Hangman winning the title, right? Like you said that maybe he shouldn't have won it when he won it. That Kenny should have retained it. No, remember, like when everything was going down, like when it was building up to you, like you wouldn't be that mad if he did not. If he did not,
we both weren't that. We both weren't that.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't have been that upset if Kenny would have retained.
So hear me out. So y'all too. So I let you. How do you feel about his title reign so far?
I feel like it's lackluster.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So I was like, maybe I'm tripping. What about you?
They gave him the strap, and then they just said.
I honestly think it's because the original idea wasn't to give him the strap; it was to do the Omega Kenta thing. Because here's the thing, right? He had a couple factors. One, his partner had a kid, right? So he went away earlier than they planned. Kenny is banged up to hell. Another thing they didn't expect to happen. So I think you couldn't have kept the belt.
You didn't expect it to happen. My nigga got 18 belts, defending it everywhere.
But Triple A, he defended that twice. Like he had the belts, but he wasn't out here wrestling every week.
But this type of matches are brutal. Like he's
not. They definitely are. But
yeah.
he definitely went. I think part of it was they've had some disappointing moments where, and you know, Kenny the type of person, he had a lot of pride in his work. So when they had those disappointing moments, he kind of went like extra hard because Kenny Omega traditionally as a wrestler, that's not his thing. He's technically sound. He's a comedic wrestler a lot of times. But he doesn't do things. He's not Darby Allin, Jeff Hardy. Like you don't be destroying his body. It's not how Kenny traditionally wrestles. But you can see like when they had that failed power bomb, you can see like they made a joke out of it. But when they wrestled the next time, when every one of them wrestled the next time, they put a little bit more oomph in because they felt like they had to show like, hey, we still us. Like that, like botches happened, it happened, but we still us. So I think that's what happened to Kenny. It's not just that because again he only defended Triple A twice. The Impact Wrestling, I don't even remember how many times he defended that.
I'm sorry. Shout out to all of us for wearing black t-shirts today.
Oh,
you know, shout out to all of us.
I'm banging my black tee. I think even though we know AEW plays a long game, they play a short game both.
Oh shit! Hold on.
What's this guy got?
Nigga Mike came on the screen.
Yeah. So even though we know they play the long game, they play the short game both, they try to, you know, have a decent mix of both. I think when needs must, when things change, you got to switch up the plan a little bit. And I think they just didn't have the booking plan for Hangman to go the way it's going now.
Or
because you could just have MJF lined up instead of doing what MJF doing now.
Let me piggyback that. So I believe everything you said, obviously, because we do this. That's why we're here. That's why we have a podcast. Second, I think this shit is going so well with so many different storylines. You just like lost. It's just like, yo, we got so many people that can take that strap right now.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's what we've said that we always needed in WWE. We needed more storylines. We didn't
that
need
way
that
you could
many
be
belts.
okay. Yeah, and we could be okay if the title did change hands, or if they decide to keep it on somebody for a long time, like they did with Omega. We'd have been like, okay, fine. We have so many other things to watch. Like, can you mention something that I agree with and I disagree with, which is putting on MJF. I agree. You could put it on right now and it'd be fine. But the fact that he doesn't have it, and the fact that he's so young and he's so over, he doesn't need a title. He just needs great stories, right? And it's like we're investing in him despite not having a title ever in the picture. Like this dude just beefing with people left and right, and it's like, oh well, we don't need a title. It works.
Well, think about the four pillars, right? Besides Jungle Boy, everyone's went for both belts already. Yeah. Darby's already held one belt. He's went for the other one in the beginning, failed. MJF went for both belts already. He went against Cody for the TNT. We saw how that went. He went against Jericho. He went against Jericho and Mox for that belt. So and Sammy Guevara's TNT champion, and he went for the belt previously. So I think Jungle Boy's the only person who hasn't went for the TNT belt, but he's obviously he went against Kenny and lost a couple times. So I think when you look at it like that, you couldn't have MJF going for this belt already. But we did say if we're doing babyface heel, because we know Cody's don't have his hand as much as is, and he's the only person who doesn't believe in babyface and heels in the company. If it's gonna be Hangman, then the next one had to be heel. Who's the best heel in the company? It's MJF.
Yeah, no, I got you. Now I would just put like throwing it out there that he doesn't.
I don't think he needs to go. I think they have so many other feuds that's going well. I mean, that's what we keep talking about. Because even though we talk about this with WWE all the time, it's not that they're not trying to do other things. We've talked about it. Wrestling is the thing that's on the show the least. It's just those other things they keep trying.
No. And I'm gonna go a step further.
Shout out Young Blood. Welcome.
Yeah.
What's up, young? Like that's the actual name, Young Blood, or you saying like Young Blood?
Young Blood Ginger.
Young Blood Ginger. Yo, don't disrespect our reoccurring watcher.
I just want to sure.
Yeah, shout out to you, B.
Yes, I was gonna say this. So, to kind of go back, it's not that WWE isn't. Forget the wrestling part, right? Like we could do the minute countdown. We already know they don't really wrestle that much. The soap opera part is not even good. It's like even like in the ruthless aggression, in the Attitude Era, we didn't have a lot of like amazing wrestling. We had excellent stories, and then we got to see them cultivate in the ring, even if it wasn't.
I
the
want to
best
say that we
matches.
didn't notice that at the time. I will say that. Like,
No.
That's a big
No.
hindsight thing.
Yeah.
I think at the time people did actually enjoy the wrestling because
No,
we
no,
didn't need
I'm
to
not saying that. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying at all. Y'all want to get misconstrued. It's just that they're not doing the other things well. Case in point, SmackDown is not that good, and Raw it flipped. Like now, Raw is actually better.
I don't watch any of them, so I don't know.
You don't
Right. I don't watch
Y'all
either.
seriously don't watch. So how can we have?
recap.
I
Well, I
forgot.
told you they killed NXT. They lost me, bro. NXT was my thing. They killed it. They shot it dead. They kept shooting it. He already dead. Stop shooting. They kept shooting. Bro.
So y'all have no okay.
I'll be honest.
I know you know.
Walk culture hours. How many walk culture minutes I'm getting on my podcast? Because without them, I'm not gonna know nothing. I'm gonna be honest.
That's
with you.
fine. So you know the question that I have to the top
I
two,
don't
the
even follow
C's.
those.
That was my question. So I can't even ask y'all actual intellectual like anything because y'all don't watch. You didn't follow it. That's terrible.
So I was watching SmackDown.
Let me rephrase. The only thing that I did follow, which I will, is NXT UK because
I'm not.
Oh, look how far we've fallen. Oh no.
Jesus.
No, I've always followed them off the road.
No, that's fine. No, because you're
But-
wrestling purists. Like that's different. Like, but for us mainstream people who only watch the big, the big companies.
Hey, excuse me, sir.
I'm talking about me, not
Okay.
you. I'm a mainstream.
I watch
AEW. Yeah, I only watch AEW and WWE, right? Like I don't really, and then even like the SLA programs, like I don't watch AEW Dark, and I don't watch UK. What is it called? Tough Enough? Yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
not say tough enough. You was disrespectful.
Tough enough?
My man said tough enough.
So I can't even talk to y'all about WWE.
Yeah, because I don't listen to just Walk Culture because obviously that's only like 2-3 opinions whoever they got on there. Walk Culture, Russell Talk, a couple people, different people. I'm just not gonna watch Raw live. It's too long.
So I get you, Kenny, because but before that though,
what up?
If they start improving, everybody talking about they improving, I'll give it.
That's my question to those two.
But this is not happening right now.
The point is, I used to only watch SmackDown now for Roman and for Brock,
and we know that they dropping the ball on that.
And now,
dropping
the ball on that too because they're trying to.
Happy to know.
Hold on, Mike. You said we got structure. Remember?
I'm gonna get back to you.
Cut him off.
So you cut me off. So
cut me off.
They're stressing the shit out of that Roman and Brock thing. So they're fucking that up. And then Roman don't need to come on the show anymore like Brock. So I'm done.
But my question
is defended the belt one time. He's been the Intercontinental champion for how long now? A long time.
A long time. Yeah.
This is a Brock reign.
Who got the belt?
Shinsuke has the Intercontinental. He's been.
Bro, I don't even remember if they had an IC belt.
Once, twice.
Once or twice. Yeah.
There's a meme of him of every time he has a belt, he don't defend it.
Yeah, I think he's had like 10 title defenses. He's had the belt 6 times. Like the IC and WWE title.
Vince gave it to him like because he's a man. Like
Elliot said, we need stories followed by good wrestling. That's why we go to AEW.
Yeah, that is true. So my question to y'all two, the two CLs, because I just realized y'all both have the same.
Come on, son, don't put out my gun.
Legit. I'm looking on like a chance. I'm like, oh shoot, CL. So
yeah, because we're brothers and sisters. You know
yeah. And y'all got to go. You still have to go here because you got to.
It's over there. The wig's over there.
All right. So my question to y'all two: what would get y'all back watching though? Like what?
Nothing.
Yes, that's possible.
I mean, we can segue into it. I think WWE's on its way out.
Yeah, he did say that.
We'll get to it. All right, but so you saying that
we look in the immortal words of rest in peace. Yeah, I mean, we here already. You did it. Okay. Nothing's gonna make me come back. Like
okay, they would have the door.
They would have to actually get. Well, I don't even want writers, but they would have to get new writers. They would have to get a new owner. They'd have to get new producers. Like they'd have to get a whole bunch more talent. Like I told y'all in the group chat, like everyone's either fired, leaving, or being released.
Can't trust them. That's for sure.
Like who is left that I want to watch that's young?
I think how well I know Chance now.
There was one dude, Austin Theory.
He know like we all know. They don't build stars. So thing is, right? We talk about this in the group chat the other day.
That's how it sound right now.
Exactly.
He dropped the NIL deals, right? And it's 2 females, 4 males. 2 of them one play basketball, 2 run track, one's a football player or 2 football players. And we looked at him. I looked through them. I said we might have one wrestler here, and when I said one wrestler, I meant they all could sign with WWE, but one of them is literally almost like he looked just like him.
That just shows me that WWE has no idea what they're doing. They're just trying shit.
Wait, but that's not. But in theory, that's not a bad thing.
No,
Because we talked about this when NXT had that whole we're going back to the old method, right?
Yeah.
But here's the problem. One of the biggest things about the old method that everyone seems to forget. Yes, everyone was gigantic. It was the land of the giants, but we had characters. That's what Ruthless Aggression and Attitude Era had. Characters on top of character. It was like watching a violent cartoon.
Yeah.
We can't do that with the PG era. That's number one. The same people are not in charge, and we do not want Vince Russo back. So that's not obviously not what we're saying.
You don't want Jerry Springer?
Oh, I love Jerry Springer, but that's not what we need from WWE. Like, if they want to improve, they got to grow, not go back to the old way.
Yo, and if you see this, we don't want Nick Khan.
Well, I mean, look,
I can't argue against Nick Khan. He got them the Peacock deal. They're not gonna. The shareholders love that man. He's the next president. I mean, he's the president now. He's the next CEO. Like, don't get it twisted.
He's already in line to take.
That hurt. Like that hurt to me. I heard for Triple H. It's Stephanie.
They're not getting rid of that man.
For me, and I'm in, like, for me, like that, like I hurt for Stephanie and Triple H.
No, let me tell you what, Mike. To say what you're saying, to piggyback off that. You know, I ain't even mean to cut you off, but I mean, make it a great point. So I just want to piggyback. I want to use it as take his credit for myself. So check it out. So as CL said, and Kenny said, maybe as a businessman, Nick Khan is that guy. So if you're a businessman, what you should do is better look. Let me do these things behind the scenes, get some more deals, get us some more shit popping. Steph, Triple H, y'all do what y'all was doing. Like, let's get this show back so that we can actually get some more deals and make it popping again. As if you're gonna try to do it all, it's a wrap.
So yeah, you basically kind of stole my thunder, but yeah. So that's
we lucky I ain't got no thunder thing, right?
I think one of the main problems with WWE, and I think this is most seen through two things.
Yo, shout out to Kenny, the way he just took Mike's shit right now. Go ahead.
I just had to get this out.
No,
so
ahead,
Nick Khan thing, as we can see, that's one thing, and all the releases and cutting. It's not just about they're releasing so many people all the time. It's when they're releasing a lot of those people. Tucker's released right after his turn. Like, we go down the line. Now I have an example for probably more than half of them. The thing it is that describes is this is the creative side, this is the business side. They don't talk. Like, they don't care about each other. Like, there are people interested in WWE with having a good product. Like, that is clear to see from the attempts that they have. But there are way more important people, louder people who care about the bread. Again, Peacock was $1 billion deal. I don't know how long it was stretched over, but
I told y'all Peacock was that shit. But go ahead.
But I also told you, as a person who's already using Peacock, that if W was leaving the network to go to Peacock, it was clearly only about money, because Peacock as a thing, you can't rewind live things. You can't. There's a lot of problems. I watch soccer on it. I hate it, but it's about $5 a month. So hey, but you gotta remember also WWE also knew they couldn't sell a pay-per-view anymore. But Peacock, you don't have to.
Right.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. I don't know what Peacock. I can guarantee it. Peacock's subscription numbers do not jump around pay-per-view time. I know.
Yeah, I would love to look into it. Like, I would love. So, Sia, what could get you back to like watching? Like, what would you have to hear?
She been gone, son. She was gone.
I know. I know. Before you, no, I know you. Yeah, she quit a long time ago. But what could get you back?
I don't see anything relatively.
I don't know what it is that you done to me.
Like, I really don't see anything that could bring me back. Maybe. Nope.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what was the maybe? Because
I was gonna be like Shane McMahon, but I was like, nah, nope.
Nah, you really, because okay, this is the thing about Shane. This kind of bringing it back full circle about trying to get people back. There's this thing about him where his wrestling intellect, like I guess his creative ideas for wrestling, like is not really. It's not that conducive for, I guess, what they want. Now, I don't know if that's because Vince is just saying this, or is it something that's shared between even creative minds in the business? Because Shane hasn't latched on to any other company, which obviously is probably because of his, his name, right? Like, and that loyalty.
He busy on NCIS. What you mean?
Yeah, word.
That's recently though. That's recently, but my thing is just going back to what you're saying and what we're saying.
Because Shane is like MJF. He goes on your show, and you just wait. Like, is he really here to help, or is he trying to like destroy us?
Well, yeah, and that's kind of like that's probably what Vince is like. He probably like, listen, because Shane's coming in. I just got to make sure.
Nah.
That's how
Vince
Vince
booted
sound
Shane
right
3
now.
times. If Vince can't, I know Vince got his issues, but if you telling me he can't see that he booted Shane 3 times, like Shane wanted to own the UFC. Like,
yeah, no,
like he had that idea before UFC was big, and he's like, anybody gonna watch that?
Yeah, Vince told him no. Yeah,
and then we got Raw Underground a couple years later.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was kind of this Vince saying, like, you know what? All right,
maybe he was right.
That was my fault. So let me go ahead and give you Raw Underground. So the Austin Theory thing you brought up, but going back, man, Triple H and Stephanie. We're gonna get to Triple H and Stephanie. I think you hit around the head. Khan should be more of a owner, and Triple H and Stephanie should be the general managers, right? They should be the ones constructing the team, constructing the stories, and making sure that we get because those two. I mean, we've seen what Triple H done with NXT. No matter what the ratings said, remember I used to always get on y'all because I'm like, look, at the end of the day, the ratings weren't there, but fans enjoyed it though. Like people enjoyed the stories, they enjoyed the construct of it. He ran it with Shawn Michaels, him. I know Stephanie has a lot to do with a lot of creative stuff. So it's like if you have three people that are that smart and that dedicated, Vince, he got away from what he started with, which is, yeah, I want to dominate the territory, but then he really did make it about, the bit, like it being a business and whatever makes him money. So even if people don't watch like that, he still has decent enough hardcore fans like me who still would turn on the TV and watch. And it's millions of us, right?
Correction.
On top of that,
hardcore fans who forgot to turn the TV off from last Monday, so it's still on. So
there you go.
Right.
Fair enough, because
there was a tornado last night in don't turn it back on when they get their power back.
So, that's it.
I told y'all in the group chat, I think Vince is to that point where he's rich enough, old enough, like he legit don't give a fuck no more.
Yeah, because if this is about creative and about the wrestling, which he refuses to call it, he got rid of. We can say what we want. Me and Chance talk about this. We don't like Jim Cornette, but he's a wrestling guy. Yeah. Jim Ross, big wrestling guy. He got rid. Like he get rid of people who are these business people. They are on the creative side of the ball. He got rid of them. Creative has not been, and also because those people weren't his yes men. They told him no. They told him yes a lot, but they told him no. He don't want.
No, yeah, I mean, and that's the conundrum that we're in, right? It's kind of like Vince sees endorsement deals, right? Like that's he sees YouTube now, like, well, even though Raw sucks, this Alexa Bliss,
the movie, the tie-in from Netflix that led to the egg. What was it? It's the Rock's movie.
Yeah.
See, that's what Vince see. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't get tie-ins. Everybody.
He legit did it because he got a check.
And The Rock told him that whatever idea they had before, whoever like Netflix told him, nah, that idea sucks. So imagine how bad the other idea would have been.
No, I was just thinking because you mentioned The Rock, and I had this thought like earlier this morning. And what if? Hear me out. What if The Rock turn around and tell Vince, "Kiss my ass. You fired Nia."
That's possible. I mean,
but
he still has Roman, and I think
I don't think Rock has Roman like that. My bad. I was talking over you, Mike. What you saying?
No. You said something. You don't think Rock could feel like that about Vince because he does hold a special place in his heart for Vince.
No, that's not what I said, but that's what you said.
No, I thought that's what you were saying. Oh, and then my other thing is, I
think like no shade to you. So if you ever see this, you want to be in the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Put me in the movie. It's all good.
Not coming on here. Not after what I done said.
I don't think Rock has loyalty like that. Like I don't think he gives a shit.
I think his loyalty more so.
He'll back chase him.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give you an analogy.
I don't think that's true.
Like, I'm gonna give you an analogy to my football heads. The way that the original cast was, like Rock, Stone Cold, Taker, I think all of them are like Tom Brady's, and Vince is the Bill Belichick. Like there's definitely some toxicity in there, but the way that they're all built and designed, they all have the same mold.
No, that I agree with 100%.
No, I'm saying, yo, give it up to me though. Let's go. Go ahead, Mike. Oh, wait, hold on. Daniel Price. Look, they fired so many people because they brought Lesnar, Cena, and Rock is coming back. None of these. Well, I don't think they fired anybody to make the bag because they got infinite amount of bags. But
they were selling.
They broke
stuff.
Their record 4 quarters in a row. Each quarter more profitable than the last. They can say budget cuts all you want, but if you follow the money, like I know how to follow money, they lying. It's just straight up lies.
Did I post the things for you?
You did, yeah. But
What?
like Braun Strowman, you can say what you want. Yeah, he was making too much money. Restructure the contract. Y'all do that shit all the time. Restructure.
Every sport does
Hey,
that.
L, drop the Discord. Tell them to come follow us. Let's go.
Yeah, what was the list? Sia, like, what did you
Mike, get back to the point. Get back to the point you're about to say.
No, I think it's all gonna talk like okay, get back to the rocks. Or anyway, look, I always feel like this. Will there be a massive WWE guy that kind of like goes to, because they have was it Nero? Somebody said that they don't like the stigma of them being
Miro.
WWE guys. Nero, right? Because they're more than that. Because some of them they wrestled before and then they came to WWE and then wrestled again after. But does this like window, because people get fired, you can't trust like the company. Like you can't even get invested in young stars. Like how we just was hyped up about Hook, right? Are we hyped up about Hook? Because we know this dude not gonna get fired in a year. Like there is like they have a very small track record, but WWE has an excellent track record to say, look, we have a young dude that's in his 20s or female, and y'all can watch them and watch them grow in this very short period of time. Xia Li debut, right? Her debut was amazing. All the Vagentas leading up to her was amazing. And all I kept thinking is we just got in the ring. I'm like, oh shoot, she probably only gonna be here for like 6 months. Because I can't see how they're gonna use I can't envision how they're gonna use her.
Well, you know how we got burnt so many times.
Yeah.
They production packages is fire.
Always. The videos are always fire. I don't know how to say your name. DV, I guess. Austin Theory and Carmella Hayes could be future stars.
Yeah, they could be.
They do have great looks. But and I'm the one, if you guys go back to the podcast, I've been on the Austin Theory thing since he was in what was he in? No, he wasn't actually. He was in, what was he?
Evolve.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
he was supposed to be the next Cena. But when they put him with Vince and got slapped, I was like, yo, I'm done. I don't want to watch him no more.
Yeah, but
you can't get over just because you got slapped by Vince.
Listen, Chance, if you've done it as a surprise, and then if you expect a surprise, and then it's not really a surprise.
That shit was corny as fuck.
Like
if you legit think in your brain as a man that I'm gonna slap this young talent and he gonna get over, yeah, something's wrong with you.
Hey, y'all know he like really old, right? Like, and y'all know Vince did steroids for at least 20 years, right?
You think that it might be something? I don't blame you, bro, because his whole voice, it's
bro. He is.
He about to get put on ice,
but he is. Y'all, he old. Y'all like
he about to get put on ice.
The numbers,
like, he about to freeze.
The numbers ain't looking good. I'm just saying.
He's like what, 76?
This is. I don't know.
Yeah, 76, 77.
Yeah,
like he
with 20 years of steroids use in his brain.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's something like it's weird. Like if you watch it, I watch him and Austin Theory's dynamic. He's trying to put over Austin Theory. Remind me of Drew McIntyre, which means I think he's gonna get cut in about a year or two. So
he wasn't the chosen one again. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That probably that redemption story can't happen in this WWE. You know that, right? Like,
what?
Like leave and come back. Like that shit.
That's true. Yeah.
Do you know how many times they mention Drew get fired? Like that shit. Every time they mention it, his stock dropped just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, when they brought back Heath Slater, as cold as that was dirty because they had just cut him. I don't know how much they paid him. He definitely wasn't coming back. That was cold. But at the same time, that was probably the only time they could mention Drew getting fired because talk about 3MB and all that, and then letting that should have been the last time. But every week,
but it's disgusting. Yeah,
it was like, he wasn't like this when he was here the first time. Well, we don't got to hear that again.
Now,
Mr. Price, in one example you're giving with the Japanese wrestlers, that's like a stiff match. There's a whole different thing. The other thing I'm saying is, you think an actual slap that holds no bearing, no storyline is going to get you over. Is going to get you over. Those are two separate things.
Yeah, you know what? A storyline with a slap that annoys me when this girl slapped Naomi, and I'm like, she should have just called HR because just because you're a boss, just because you're a boss, you cannot slap people all willy nilly and then say, "Don't put your hands on me." Like it don't work. The thing is about they annoy me because again, if you watch it with intellect, or even if I try to turn my brain off, and I still can't. Like even the smallest, like certain things.
That's why I don't know how you still watch it, my guy. That's why I turned this shit off.
It's loyalty. I'm a loyal person, man. Like, and it's
somebody said something, and I forgot who it was. Shit, I gotta go back and get it. Was it Shannon Sharp? He said you can be a slave to loyalty.
Yep, and I am.
You need to go watch that, Mike.
I am.
Here's the thing,
I'm Damon Lillard. I'm Dame Lillard, man.
Yeah, like
Damian Lillard asking for Ben Simmons to be traded over. He might be a snake.
No,
Don't say that yet.
Let's go for two. But yeah, Price, I feel you. Like I said, Austin Theory is an amazing act. I was on his bandwagon a long time ago. I would love to see him do something. I would love to see fucking Carmelo Hayes do something. Like those are fire dudes with fire figures, like Paul's. Like they can get it done.
I can name females: Tony Storm, Zia Lee, freaking
Yo, come on, man. I don't want to talk about Tony Storm. We all love her, and they introduced her to a fucking love triangle at first.
That was just forget that.
Then they saw
now they're messing up.
Then they saw that was stupid. What they did? Now people are getting pied.
Pie in the face.
Like,
Stop. Are they?
Oh, snap, for real? Oh, you know, I must have been.
Because I caught the recap. She threw pie in Charlotte's face.
First Charlotte threw the pie in her face.
Oh, okay.
And then she also get back. Like, oh, I threw a pie in her face. And then Charlotte, like, didn't even fight. Like, so Tony, Tony's
cartoons. I meant Family Guy. They doing Looney Tunes. What the fuck is going? Pies? That's what.
Kid you not, straight pies, and not throwing hands.
I thought you were saying like some sort of metaphor I hadn't heard of. I'm like, Mike, you're not that old. I don't know what are you doing, bro? Like, you make actual pie?
No, literal pies. And then it was
your Price. If I got a choice, I'd rather see Vince do nothing. Stay home.
And who would have thought we'd have ever heard that like that day, right? Because usually when Vince comes on, like you could he does something that make you say, you know what, that really means a lot. Again, he's with Austin Theory right now. How big of a rub do you need other than from Vince? But then I watch and it's like, ugh, like it just don't work. And it remind me because you mentioned Austin Theory, and then again had a lot of promise. Rusev and Andrade, they had everything you need, every single there was nothing wrong with them.
Both got released.
Yep.
Oh, and one of the best talkers in WWE, which is Lana. She could have been the lead manager.
I don't know about best talking, but
not one. I promise she was. I don't know. Maybe one of like if you had to list 15 people, she was on the mic.
She was okay.
She was pretty good on the mic.
50. I prompt like on the mic, like the way she was selling Rusev first came, like she was killing it. Even when she lost her, when they got in trouble when she lost the whole the Russian gimmick or whatever she was still able to carry it. I know you didn't like the way they gave her Rusev's gimmick because it got over the whole Rusev Day thing. You hated that, but that wasn't her fault. That was their fault. But going back, so, but like just going back, like anything that
was Vince being Vince is why Vince don't need to be around. Vince said, "Oh shit, you got over without me? Cool, I'm gonna take your shit."
Yeah, I wasn't.
Well, there was other factors in that.
What did he do?
I think he just didn't like them. I think that
because they was too made, self-made.
Collectively,
they was too self-made.
He didn't like what things get over on him, but he also genuinely doesn't believe things sometimes. When Rusev Day shirt sold out, they must have not made enough.
Vince was one of the ones that said that they're just chanting your name to make fun of you, like it's ironic, like it's all irony. That's what
that's what he thought. Yeah,
and
I mean, if that was the case, Price, sorry, if that was the case, then Andrade wouldn't be doing good in AEW.
No, but everybody knew though. He couldn't
speak better English
and cut a coherent promo. If that was the case,
have you not heard Shinsuke?
But they don't use Shinsuke either.
But wait. To CL's point, there was a time last year where we had Io Shirai, we had Hikaru Shida, two of the main belts. That was during the Wednesday Night War. It was popping.
Mm-hmm.
Both women's belts on NXT and AEW. Neither one could really speak English.
Mm-hmm.
See, but Vince would say,
and Io Shirai and Hikaru Shida had fire promos.
Kenny,
people watch New Japan. We don't speak Japanese. You can have a fire promo.
But Vince would say they don't get the ratings that he gets. See, this what y'all gonna say. How Vince see it. It's not that they can't speak English.
I'm talking about because this is a comment. He said fired because he couldn't speak English. That's we've had non-English speaking champions for years.
Okay, I got you. So it's based on the comment. Okay, yeah. So, but I'm gonna speak to him, and so it's not just so much as they don't speak English. Like that has nothing to do with it.
Because Vince is Vince, and he probably hated that Andrade was fucking Charlotte.
Andrade. Oh, you're talking about Andrade's firing. Okay, not Rusev's. Okay.
Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah. I don't know.
I cannot.
So going, and then he was one of those. He was one of those young stars who we got invested in, and then we just never really like nothing.
Who's we?
Andrade. Everybody.
Oh, I thought you were talking about we and Austin. I'm saying I'm the only one that remembers going hard for Austin.
I'm not. When I saw him, I'm like, okay, he has a look, so on and so forth. But again, when I saw him, also like
he's just supposed to be the next Cena. Like Cena either promoted him on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll see how far that go again because we just never really know. And then Vince is with him, so you would think it would give him a rub, but it just keeps screaming Drew McIntyre.
No, I don't. Whenever Vince shows up, I think the opposite.
It's not supposed to have that effect. In theory, it's supposed to be the biggest rub ever because he's the owner of the company and you get to interact with him. So, but young stars, like again, like I keep thinking, going back to AEW, Jungle
right.
Boy, Dante Martin, and Hook, right? Like those three.
Shout out to Jungle Boy.
His soundboard. Those three are all under what 27, right? Every single last one of them.
What they all
and I love Luke Perry. Like I love Jungle Boy, B.
Because
I know Dante Martin is like 24. Like they're all extremely young. He's 20.
20. He can't legally drink.
And that's what the difference is between AEW and WWE. They're the stars.
I wasn't done. I was trying to remember ages.
Trying to make a point. I was doing what you were doing. They're building stars, and they're not releasing them once they get hot.
All the 4 are under 26.
And the thing is, we understand that WWE is just now doing this, so we get it. It's an unfair comparison to AEW, but at the same time, they didn't have a reason to release people. No matter what they say financially, Braun Strowman was over. The Fiend was the most over character they had. No matter how many times they buried him
a long time ago. So he should have been champion so long ago. Yeah. He should have had a crazy ass reign, like legit been a monster.
Yeah. So he was charismatic. He had it all, right? He wasn't just dull. So it's not that the issue with WWE them releasing everybody now and us comparing it to AEW is because we're watching them build young stars, like you just said, the pillars of AEW. And I think both. What? All right, you want to go? You go ahead, talk.
My bad.
It ain't me this time.
Don't let us.
It comes on all my devices. My bad.
Nah, you good. So but it's that junk is just it's crazy, man, and it's you can't really get invested. I want Austin Theory to succeed. I want to see, Xia Li, be successful, but it's like Veer's still walking from India to get to freaking WWE because that dude still ain't debuted yet.
Why do we care about him? And let me ask you a question: if he was there with Ginger and the other tall, slinky dude, all of a sudden he disappeared. Did they drop him off somewhere and left him?
They did, and obviously in Saudi Arabia or somewhere because
they left him during the Saudi Arabia show. He walked his way. He's gonna swim back.
Yeah.
So I got a question for y'all. Since we're discussing releases and everything like that, and how it's impacted and stuff like that, what do y'all feel about Big Swole being not released, but not renewing her contract?
Hey, what up?
Well, first of all, let me say I feel sorry for her because she's already because not feel sorry, but when you look at the situation that her and Cedric Alexander are in, different companies and neither one getting pushed, but Big Swole did have chances and she really didn't get over. I want to say it's like the women's division wasn't what it is now, and it's even now we talk about how it isn't everything it can be, but it's getting better every day. But you look at it and it's like her and Britt Baker was supposed to be like at the time their best feud. That's before they'll really think about Nyla Rose too much, but that was Big Swole versus Britt Baker was supposed to be the big feud. It's what she came back from injury for, all that. And you got to also remember with Big Swole on a personal level, has a couple medical issues. So she worked real hard to wrestle. So I feel like maybe she feel like, hey, it takes a lot for me to even get to be able to stay ready to wrestle. I should be on TV more. And if so, that's like her prerogative. So
yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Go somewhere else.
I ain't gonna lie what Kenny said. Like when I first seen her in the package, I was like, oh, I'm ready. Let's go. Like I was a big fan of her and Jade. And I was like, okay, these two right here, let's go. And then when I seen her, I just wasn't really like.
I feel like she spent more time, and I could be wrong, but I just feel like she spent more time, at least recently, on Dark than anything. And who knows if that was just because of her condition.
Yeah, it's because of her condition. She got to stay hot. Like she
forget Tony is a sports dude. Like I feel like Dark is the minors. Like you go down there either if you ain't ready or if you need to go back and get some work.
I don't know.
You just want to put on.
I was about to say unless you, because the thing about Dark, it does work because they use records.
You don't watch Dark.
It don't matter, but I follow it. Like I know enough of how okay. So the thing about Dark and I think is really good is like how what Sunday Night Heat did for people. But the thing is AEW actually used their rankings. Like so I think with certain characters you won't have on either show, you can kind of help them build up the record.
Yep.
And you could get eyes, oh, I love this character, so I can go watch them on Dark, even though and then when they eventually get on, I remember when they beat so and so. So I don't think it's necessarily minus. I get why you say that.
Yeah,
But I
because
think
Jungle Boy's up there.
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
No, I know. I
That's
know you're
kinda
saying
how
it's
you
a
made
bad
it
thing.
seem.
Yeah,
You made it seem like
perception is the way that you take things. You know what I mean,
No, because you said minus, right? So when you think minus, you think in NXT.
would
Right.
you?
No. When he said minus, he means like baseball.
Yeah.
You go to the minus doesn't mean it's necessarily.
Exactly. Shout out to Kenny. If you ever watched the Go for Two when we talked about the MLB lockout, go check that out. And shout out Mr. Price because now you're dropping facts. I appreciate you. I do believe Jade is green. Like Shane getting nowhere fast
I
enough.
can't really watch. I can't watch her matches.
Like I feel like she's starting to become a one-trick pony.
I mean, she is.
Yeah, she's just a strength person right now, which is not what we really. We need to see some. Again, she really new to this, but we need to see some technical wrestling, something else.
Yeah.
Be a power. Again, the Giants is gone. You can't just be a power.
But you don't think? Hold on, you could get over. Like I think just her execution sometimes.
She can get over. I'm just saying, not for me. I'm talking about me.
Yeah, because I
do like what Price said. They do need like a little facility, like WWE has.
No, they don't.
They have a couple of those.
Because what will happen is
on the roster has
just to get some work in. I didn't say to learn.
I know because I know.
Nah, the thing is, like when you look at so many people on the roster have their own. Matt Sydal has a wrestling school. Dustin Rhodes has a wrestling school. A lot of people have wrestling schools.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they don't a facility. Like, if you're talking about like making it static, well, they made Dark static for a while. That didn't really change much. And you got to remember a lot of people who are on Dark. Like Nyla Rose is on Dark a lot. She has a squash matches. Jade has a squash matches, but they on Rampage and Dynamite too, so they can't just be at the central site. So Dark got to move just like the rest of the shows move.
Yeah,
but Dark should stay what it is, though. I think hopefully it doesn't get past what it is.
Velvet has had some Scorpion moments.
But you know what? The good thing about Dark is that if you look at how we're WWE on a main show like SmackDown and Raw, they'll do auditions, which we know they'll do auditions for talent and everything, like local talent or something like that. Like that's literally their audition that comes out. AEW has a whole show that they basically dedicate where you can see an indie wrestler just come up there once, twice, a few times, and they're not even signed with and have an actual contract.
Not only can you just don't know it. Like when it came down to Miami the first time, they had this segment with Team Taz, that's when they first started breaking up and stuff. It made it official. One of the guys who was the bodyguards, he's really big down here as an indie wrestler. His name is Cha-Cha Charlie. When he was in the crowd, I'm like, wait, that motherfucker look familiar. And the next time I was at an AEW show, he was in the crowd in gimmick, and everyone knew who he was. When was the last time they saw him? Either they went to an indie show because they're wrestling fans, or they remember seeing him in the ring with these swole ass powerhouse hogs. So like they do this, that's part of what Dark and Dark Elevation are.
Shit, yo. Happy birthday, Mr. Happy birthday, Rey Mysterio.
What is quiet Mike looking around like that?
Yeah, the music came out of nowhere.
That's what we do. But I was trying to say happy birthday, Rey Mysterio, Mr. 619.
Yo, that dude is like.
Congratulations on your animated TV series. But
that's not me.
You fired.
That's not me.
I was gonna react real quick. That's kidding.
Hey.
Come on, so let me get straight. So you didn't know to put on vibrate once it happened to CL?
I don't expect calls. People don't call me.
That was a good cleanup.
So you said something about Ray. I just want to just get this out of the way. This dude you said something about Rey Mysterio birthday, right?
Oh yeah.
This dude is absolutely phenomenal. Every time I watch him, it's like this dude does not age. Like in the ring, like he looks it. Like he.
I mean, true. You can't tell he missed a little step.
No. I mean, generally speaking, right? It's watching Ben Roethlisberger, right? Like it's
not. Ben is trash. It's not like watching Ben.
You got a man coming back, like he be coming back, like he got. Man, you seen that throw he made? All right, anyway, but let's say Tom Brady.
I've seen all the interceptions he's thrown.
Let's say the GOAT. Like it's like watching the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, but every time you see Ray, it's kind of like he, you can tell he traveled. Like he's like his style. That's why when I watch Dominic, and I think they're holding him back. I don't think it's Dominic's fault.
Hold on. Sorry. This is for Price's last comment.
I don't know what he said.
All right,
He said Rey Mysterio need to have a rescue drama called Rescue 61911.
That's funny. Like, get a man.
Of course, you would think it's funny, Mike.
Yeah,
but
I appreciate great comedy. So, hey, but not.
All right, let's get we've been on Vince forever. Like, let's get to Jeff Hardy.
I mean, you mentioned since you don't want that because I feel like
All I
said
said was happy birthday.
You should be at the top of the thing. So we look because CL had the perfect segue when she started talking about Big Swole release, and I think it was going to segue to Jeff Hardy's release.
That's exactly where it was going to go.
But somebody mentioned Rey Mysterio birthday.
Oh boy, Mike, this is for you.
Oh boy, I hear that shit.
For real.
Kenny, I know all you listen to is Trick Daddy, but you know what I'm saying.
That's not all I listen to.
You got to expand it, or maybe you would be familiar with.
Stay down with my day one niggas and we in the club screaming no new friends, no new friends, no new friends, no.
I mean, shout out to me again because the soundboard is in effect. But go ahead.
So, CL, take us to it. Jeff.
All right. Releases. So I feel like we kind of knew this was gonna happen eventually at some point anyway, but they at least started with sending him home abruptly.
I don't think that's what happened. I don't think that's what happened.
Me neither.
Allegedly.
He got up and walked out of there. He tagged Drew in and said, "All right, y'all boys, it was a good time."
No, my nigga Jeff said,
I'm that nigga.
Y'all know when y'all to cook out and you've been trying to leave for 5-10 minutes.
Project Pack, baby.
That's what Jeff did. He's like, I've been trying to leave. Y'all won't let me go. I'm out.
I told y'all. I said he probably
did that.
I told you he probably did because so y'all not gonna let me go? I'm trying. Y'all ain't gonna let me go? All right.
I do think that he just walked out, but we do have
before the show, he just walked out.
The contract is now over. Not only is his contract over, we have Kyle O'Reilly who said, "I'm out."
Yes, sir.
Man,
Mr. Johnny Wrestling, who also said,
"Yeah, we knew he was leaving though, because he didn't want to come up to the main roster." And
right.
NXT changed.
He extended just to do that last NXT show.
Yeah,
of course. He wasn't going to resign.
He did the same thing that Adam Cole did.
Yeah, because NXT 2.0 was not going.
At the end of the day, they do respect Triple H.
Yeah, that's what they care.
So let's talk about it before we get to Jeff, because Jeff is the longer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle O'Reilly, where do you think he's going? Is it AEW? Is it obvious?
I mean, he could go to AEW. He could go to Impact. I mean, I would assume that he would go to AEW to go be with his boys.
Wow. Those are crazy factions that we're talking. We're talking Mount Rushmore. We're talking about Elite. We're talking about Undisputed. We're talking about fucking Young Bucks and I just said Young Bucks. We're talking about Kenny Omega. Like, there's so much.
I just know Kevin Owens is like,
bro, stop trying to do.
Kevin Owens about to walk out.
Stop that.
He holding on hope that KO don't leave.
KO, Finn. I'm hoping that they something happens and it's like, you know what, I can stay here. I can do this. I can carry this company.
No.
Because
they can't even carry the company.
Carry what? Look, I love KO. Have you seen how he looks compared to how Vince likes people to look?
Yep.
So the best time KO had was when he came.
Old stuff.
Is when he came against John Cena.
That's not true.
That was the best.
Man, his title run was really good.
He came in and destroyed them.
Yeah, but he was book strong.
I didn't think that was possible.
And if they wasn't into making Roman the top hill at the time.
Let's not get to the Roman standard because my man is on fire.
He was on fire. Right now
that goes to show what Kenny
Roman's on fire.
That goes to show what Kenny and CL said.
He's a dumpster fire.
Oh my gosh, that's extreme.
Talking about KO?
No, she's talking about Roman Reigns. She was on a bandwagon for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. No, see, I know she.
It's just so boring. Like all that shit is so boring.
It is now.
It's not boring. It's not boring. It's what me and Kenny said. It's like they're dragging this shit so long Like
it boring,
that's
man.
why it's becoming boring. It's not
There's no baby faces left.
Roman's doing what he has to do.
Or because now everybody's starting to realize, damn, Roman is boring.
It's not Roman's fault. Let's not. No.
See how you look at it.
Come on now.
Out of
No,
here.
this is the best Roman we could get.
No, she's doing this on purpose.
No, yes, she is. I'm gonna jump up. Yep, I'm not gonna be.
How you
I'm not
kick
gonna be
people
on the
off?
video jumping a girl. I'm good. Not to be sexist, because I stomp a girl out. No, I wouldn't. I'm playing.
Damn.
Hey, Mike.
I don't know what to say anymore. Like it's
Right,
like
right.
if I say I can't, if I say I won't hit a
Right,
girl, it's
right.
like then it's like, oh Mike, so you won't hit a girl.
That's what Mike.
If I say I will hit a girl, it's like okay, well, like it's I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. And I just froze.
Yo, no, Roman is on fire. He just, what do you do when there's nothing left? Like, what do you do? Like, you can't do no more. Like, there's literally nobody left. Every time Roman has a new opponent, they get fired. Like,
But
what,
we knew that
what
was
can you
going to
do?
happen. We knew that the way that they were booking him,
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You want to make this a hot take? Let me ask you a question. So let's say you're on fire at work. You're doing everything you can. You just killing it, and they keep on taking shit away from your work. I mean, you trash your work.
I mean, if I've already reached that ceiling, where else am I gonna go?
That's what I'm saying. So should I call you trash?
I mean, no, because I'm the shit.
All right then. So Roman.
However, y'all always knew how I felt about Roman. I gave him credit where credit was due, but now it's starting.
Oh my God, they're a liar. This is breaking news. Sorry. Someone legendary in WWE said that Hook got a contract only because of his dad, nepotism. Did they not watch the match?
No, bro, you know.
Did they not see half of the people in WWE who
Also
have
true.
contracts because of family?
Simone Johnson ain't wrestled yet.
Yo, I don't know if you're trolling the price.
He's on injury or whatever.
He's been on fire, but Cody get a lot of hate for it. I don't know why.
He do get a lot of hate.
No, he gets way too much heat for no reason. Like
Cody's trying.
I don't agree with the way that he gets heat. Like, I don't understand why people are that weird. They're like, "Oh, Cody sucks." What? Is it just because he's the big guy? Like, because he's the guy in charge? That's why y'all feel like that? Like, y'all just feel that y'all just naturally shouldn't like him? I don't get it. It's weird. It's very weird to me. It's giving like very weird energy. Like, I'm just gonna be a follower and not like him.
Wrestling fans are toxic. Go get the merch.
Listen.
I understand, like he not.
I can't wait for my shirt to get
literally cold fire.
He was making a joke. My bad. Hold on.
No, it wasn't a joke.
Damn, Christ.
Oh, okay. I wasn't making a joke.
Yo,
I was just saying my shirt about to.
Yeah, black man. We can't see.
Yeah, we can't see you, bro.
So I can't talk.
All right, so
now you can talk.
So all right, so we said that Kyle might go to AEW. We expect that. What about Johnny?
Oh, that's obvious. I think he's going to take time off anyway because Candace obviously. So we won't see him maybe for a while.
I'm glad it's obvious because I don't know where he's going.
I think it will definitely be a while before we see him popping onto the screen. But I think when we do, it'll be perfect timing. It'll like enough time will have gone past where we'll be like, damn. Where's Johnny? Where's Johnny? And then
he's about to have a baby.
And we can't count down to 30 days either because he could wrestle tomorrow.
So where is he going?
But I'm saying as far as the surprise aspect, I see other ones are obvious. I don't
know. She said obvious, then left.
Huh? What?
Are you trying to leave us on suspense?
I'm in suspense.
Like, where is he going? You said it's obvious and didn't say anything.
Oh, AEW, duh.
Why is that obvious?
Because something about him just the AEW, man. Like, you don't got to press the girl. She telling you. He looks the part.
I mean, we do have viewers, right?
Final card. So, Ring of Honor is officially dead.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we do have viewers. It'd be nice if she elaborates. Maybe somebody don't know about Johnny.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, you know about Johnny. I don't even know why the fuck you here. But
whoa, chance number 2. Wow.
All right, me, let's get it. Hold up.
Wow.
I'm just
saying. Come
on, man. We both see that. Let's do it.
In case you're new to this and you're learning.
In case you're new to this, hit subscribe first. Go ahead.
That part. Johnny Gargano is that guy. And much like anyone else that was the top person where they were. That's why they left eventually. What else could they have done? They couldn't have done anything else. And we do have Adam Cole. Not to say that he's gonna follow in his footsteps, but if you see your homie over there looking out outside the window having a whole bunch of fun, why wouldn't you follow suit?
It's got to be miserable to be WWE right now.
Miserable, like.
I think another aspect of it is we talk about ROH being dead. ROH was the big indie, right? The only other indie that come close, in my opinion, was PWG. PWG has a problem of all this shit's pay-per-view, so unless you're in the crowd, you're not seeing it as much because ain't nobody paying the old impact of every week's a pay-per-view. It's not even every week, actually. It's like twice a month or some shit. So with PWG not getting back off the ground because it doesn't seem to be, ROH gone. We really New Japan Strong is building, but they don't have that many. They don't have that oomph yet. So we all talk about Impact's problems. Every time we all here, we talk about Impact's problems. So I feel like this guessing game, I think AEW made it really strong in the beginning, but now it's killed it. Like if you're not going to AEW, really what you're doing, because New Japan has booking problems and now the world might be shut down.
AEW has become the official destination.
Yeah. So it's like we can't even talk about we going somewhere else, and we can't really. It's like it's not even there, except for like a Braun Strowman or Buddy Matthews.
So is Price who's the troll we had last time? Is Price the new one?
Wait, Price, have you not seen Adam Cole outside of NXT with everyone else, like with the Bullet Club? Because that's not new.
Bullet Club, Ring of Honor.
Like that's not new. Like it's not saying that just to hang out with his boys. Like these people could like legitimately wrestle. That's not a question. So obviously they would want to probably most likely, I would assume, stick together. Why would you want to break apart? Especially if you built this, like they built this faction for years. They built Undisputed Era up and made it. Even when we looked at them like, I don't know if this could be a thing, but they made it to what it was. I don't see why they would all want to be apart. I think them going to AEW would be just solidify it. It will give us a better tag team division. They can all like we would see so many different storylines. Like it's freaking like unbelievable what we could see, especially if Kevin and Finn be like
when Price and people like this make comments over and over like that, that's when I realize you can't reason. You can't say nothing. They're gonna think he's Adam Cole
was a Bullet Club player, a placeholder. He doesn't really count.
What?
Yikes!
Yeah. I can't Price.
Hey, y'all mentioned Adam Cole real quick. I have a question for the three of y'all. How do y'all feel about the way he's being booked in AEW so far?
Well, according to Price,
You know what's crazy? This is what I think. Let me go first, people. I got some stuff to say. It's you wrestling fans being toxic. Like I said, get your shirt. You know what I'm saying? It's in the description box. You guys will say someone comes on, don't book them, don't make them go for the title, don't give them all these high matches. Like just keep them low key. Then we keep him low key, and it's like, oh, he's not even in the big match. He's not even going against anybody. His shit is weak. Like there's no winning. You know what I mean? Like you either want him to be booked strong or you want him to lay low. And then when they do that, it's the opposite. Oh, he shouldn't. Like CM Punk. CM Punk did exactly what he was supposed to do. He's low key, starting, you know what I'm saying, low. People saying that he got booked. He's getting booked whack. Same thing with Daniel Bryan. Oh, Bryan should have did this. Bryan should have did that. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. But if they would have all came, if CM Punk would have came, Daniel Bryan would have came, and would have been a triple threat for the title, niggas would have been mad. Like, oh shit! So they just hired ex-WWE guys.
Understandably so, though. Like,
Chance's point is, no matter what happens, there's gonna be people upset. So,
I'm not kidding. I'm legit asking y'all because y'all watch him in NXT, y'all watch him in Ring of Honor, y'all watch him in New Japan. So I'm really curious about what do y'all think? How he's being booked and how he's being used on TV. Forget the matches itself, but just generally speaking, like how he's coming off. Are y'all satisfied?
Well, I'll say this caveat, same way I did in the beginning. Kenny's injury changes things. The story they were trying to tell was Adam Cole was going to betray Kenny and he was going to take over of Elite before Kevin Owens came in and then it'll be a different thing. And then when Kenny come, then they're gonna book Kenny out. He's gonna be off TV for a while because Kenny likes to take his time off. They would have came back, that'd have been another feud, just like we had Inner Circle versus Pinnacle, just like we have all over the show. That's what the plan was. But again, Kenny got thrashed, so you got to change him up. But if you watch Adam Cole, all the places that we've seen, the PWG Ring of Honor, he is great at telling stories in groups. When him and Kyle O'Reilly were a tag team, it wasn't just about winning the belt, keeping the belt all the time. The stories they told in the ring were intricate stories. You could continue to do that with a faction, which is what they're doing. Right. So, like, I don't see what the problem with Cole's booking is. Like, I would love for someone to say exactly pinpoint where in the run is there a problem, because it's not just about what's happening in the ring, which again he's doing massively. I don't think he's fucked up there. But if you watch BTE, especially, which you should, you watch your wrestling, BTE is really it's damn near canon. So watching BT helps. But if you don't need to. Like those backstage segments with him and the Bucks, like that's not just like I'm not understanding where people are saying it's falling off at. Like the matches are good and you're telling stories outside the ring. I don't get it.
That's what wrestling should be. It should be everything across the board. It's when you look at pro wrestling and everything and you look at the history of it, it's not just what's done in the ring. It's not just what's done in that, maybe 5, 10, 20-minute match. It's what's done outside. It's everything included. It's your ring appearance. It's how you speak on the mic. It's everything about it. How you interact, like your chemistry with other wrestlers. And Adam Cole has always possessed that. And he's shown it no matter where he's been, that this is me. This is what I'm going to do. And this is what I bring to the table. And I think that's his spirit alone is what really, I think that's what helped keep NXT alive. If you look at a lot of the takeover matches, Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, they made that. We had War Games, they made that. Like now you remove them, you remove Triple H, you remove William Regal, everything fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a problem at all with the way that Adam Cole is being booked, written, not at all. That's why I wouldn't have a problem with any of the others coming over, because people are so just, oh, that person was a WWE guy. They're proving I am more than that. Like, this is me. This is what I can do. And I don't have to be in the limelight. I don't have to be on every single show. I don't have to have a 20-minute match. I can have a 5-minute match and you'll still be just as satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
I could put someone else over and you still gonna be cheering my name. Like, so I like that aspect. I don't think Cole needs to do anything crazy because we don't need that. We don't need that from him. He has nothing to prove to us. We know he's the shit.
Me neither. I think he's doing exactly what he needs to do. Shout out to Price for getting blocked.
Wait, what? Why did you block Price?
Getting a little too excessive, B. I'm saying we can all have opinions, but you don't want me to go off. We want him to grow balls. Like, come on, you out here.
Oh damn.
Nah, you gotta unblock Price, man. I'm gonna sign a petition to get Bryce unblocked.
No, I'm on a new spiritual thing of growth. I ain't trying to go crazy.
You just block somebody.
I know. I kept it good. I kept the positive energy.
I can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we've had an extended.
Like you want clip.
We've had an extensive week, 2 weeks with wrestling. It's December.
It's about to be 2022.
And now, please excuse my
42
but it's December, right? Normally TLC happens in December. Is that happening, or they just said F TLC?
Well, maybe they finally listened. They listened one to a podcast and heard when I said stop doing goddamn, first of all, monthly pay-per-views and stop having pay-per-views in the same place every year because they don't make, because then we know what's coming. Because now we're gonna see, look, somebody gonna go through a table in this episode because TLC is in 3 weeks or whatever. Like we know, like it's not organic. When we used to have cage matches, they weren't the same time every year. It was, you know what, this feud's so hot, Hell in a Cell, and one person's using the damn cell, not 3 Hell in a Cell matches.
Mm-hmm.
like stuff like we need those, or like I understand you want a monthly pay-per-view. No, actually I don't, because you got Peacock now. They're not real pay-per-views. But okay, let's say you have a monthly big show, whatever the fuck we're gonna call it, a pay-per-view in all but name, right? It can't be the same thing every month, because then you're not booking the story, you're booking the pay-per-view and adding matches on it, which isn't how wrestling work.
You're booking the belt and not the storyline.
Yeah.
Because everything becomes rushed.
So, I don't know if they're not having a pay-per-view or if they're going to not have TLC, but either way, it'd probably be better for them.
Okay, so as of right now,
they're ready for Royal Rumble, I guess.
Right, and even then, so they're not really. They focusing on day one. It seems like right now.
I mean, this would be something.
TLC. I'm damn sure skipping day one. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, they're building day one up pretty. Like they doing it big. They give you out like what you wanted with the whole Brock and Roman thing. So
no, they're not, because now I'm already over it.
Yeah, we all are.
They drug it too long.
I mean, they've been dragging this whole Roman thing for too long.
Like,
you see, you tripping. You like, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do.
No, you tripping. But if I want to feed into what you're saying, like, who's it gonna?
I'm serious though.
Who's it gonna give it to? Who's it gonna give it to?
So what they could have done, right?
I all wanted Big E to get it from Roman.
At the same time, as you was building at Roman, you should have been building up someone else.
Yeah, probably Finn Balor.
Or Jimmy or Jay.
Right, like you should have been building up someone else, anyone else in that time period, but you didn't. You basically squashed everyone as Roman's opponent. So now you're looking like, okay, well, who is gonna take? Like, it's different when before we were looking at like, oh, who's gonna take the belt off of Roman? There were still some possibilities, but it wasn't really anything that was solidified because they never took the time to do that. Now we're going to get it stretched out to WrestleMania when we could have just had someone, they could have had a whole like sneak attack or something and have Roman lose the belt on some weird shit, but it would have kept Roman up here.
Agreed.
And it would have made people be like, okay, well, maybe I'll still watch, because how is Roman going to move? How is Roman going to react?
Now, the problem, CL, is you're asking for booking devices.
This
they
is true.
can't book, because if they could, their roster was huge. They could have had a rotational roster like AEW. But even if we're not even including AEW, even if we, because WWE's always had people not on the show every week because they can't. Their roster is fucking huge. But if you have one of those guys, or look, because we can't even talk about them booking Roman's belt. Because they're not booking the belt, they're booking Roman. That's number one. Then you talk about that, Shinsuke has one defense, even though he's had the belt for maybe 1/3 as long as Roman, but still one defense is terrible. You look at the other belt, Big E. Okay, are we even thinking about Big E losing the belt? No. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have a fire match with Seth at some point, but other than that, I mean, if they give it to Seth, then there's no one to take it off of him. So it's the same fucking problem. Just extend it later on. So when we talk about it, like booking is not their forte. So you can't be like, oh, they can do it. Roman all they got, and the thing is, he was booking himself basically, right? But now that there's no one else there, can't choose an opponent, can't tell a story without an opponent. So like when we say when I'm defending Roman, at least I'm just saying it's how I usually defend people in WWE. I defend Betty the same way. Like you can see, she was getting everything out of the character, all the juice out of it she could, but they wanted her and Sasha to go 6 months instead of the 3 months it should have been.
And this is my defense of Roman real quick.
Hold on for Kenny. Excellent take.
Finish him. Flawless victory. Fatality.
That's a little bit excessive, but yeah, like, and I agree with Kenny, but in more simplest terms, which is Roman. My defense of Roman is exactly what it is, which is he's like this particular character is what people wanted from him for a long time and what made him the face of the company. So I think, the way he's portraying this character, the way he's coming off, the way he's delivering on the mic, this heel smug version of him is the best him. Everything else, I agree with you. Like they booked him so bad and so much, and they forgot to build anybody else around him. That he's lame, like he's boring. So for you, it's like he didn't evolve that much. He just got better on the mic and he just changed his gimmick. So it's like he's the same old Roman. But it's he's doing a really good job. Like, you know, for this version of
This
himself.
is what they're gonna do, Mike. This is what they're gonna do. The only way I can see it happening now is it's gonna have to be a call up. It's either have to be Carmelo,
That's crazy.
Braun Breaker, or
Braun.
maybe Austin Theory. Those are the only three that can take it
Doesn't
off.
he have like a joke gimmick right now?
I'm just saying those are the only three that would be new faces that could take it off Roman. Because who else is gonna
Because
do it?
the roster is so thin. Yeah, because the roster is so thin, you can't envision. And you mentioned Austin Theory, and it would
The
make
only-
sense because
the only
Paul Heyman and
person
Vince
that could
It's not just
Vince
thin, it's
McMahon.
fully booked. Everyone they kept, it's not like they kept the people they were doing great with. That's another thing we don't talk about enough. It's not just the roster's thin. If you go on WWE website, I mean, it's still take you a couple of scrolls to get through it. It's
Right.
not just that the amount of people. It's everyone left. Like, I love Ricochet, but how is he still on the roster? How is he the person surviving all these cuts? He don't be on TV. Like,
Right.
But again,
how is he
that's what I mean by
surviving
thin
the
roster,
survival?
though.
Huh?
When I say thin roster, it's not the names; it's more so the number of people that we see on TV. That's what I
Okay.
mean by thin roster.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
But
too
even
much
we're not talking about just
talent.
TV time, like, because I mean we do see him on TV. He's just not wrestling. I'm just saying, like, how are the people not like the top earners thing? How are we shocked every time there's a release? Because we know there's a release coming, but what we would expect is it's the Ricochets, those
Mustafa Ali.
yeah, we use those guys, like the people that clearly misusing, not Braun Strowman and what, like that's what the problem is. Like that's
Yeah.
when I'm saying thin. I'm like, they get rid of people who they were using, and then the people they weren't using, they still not using them.
Right.
Like, not just the amount of people, it's the booking.
So we keep seeing the same 3-4 people every week, and it's just like, this is annoying. I mean, that's why I don't watch.
But before I stopped watching Raw, I think if they didn't put Riddle with Randy, I genuinely would have hated Randy Orton. I saw him on my TV so goddamn much.
Mhm.
The Randy Orton, the RK Bro thing, it's decently funny at times. So it's like, okay, you got a little bit more juice out of me. But how many times did he wrestle Drew on paper? God,
Yeah, you always go back to that.
it was just too many. It's too many times in a row. Like,
He clearly hated it.
Yeah, you did.
they even switched the belts and everything. Like, and they was like, oh, maybe you gonna get Rick Record. Nope, get right back to Drew. No story there. Fuck it.
I mean, but like we said before, that does come back to booking. Like, all this comes back to booking, and we do, of course, acknowledge that they're the issue. I really hope that moving forward, that every mistake that WWE makes, I hope that AEW is looking and it's like, okay, how can we avoid this? Okay, let's make sure that our writers are still, like, this is who we have writing. Let's keep them happy, because as long as we keep them happy, we'll continue to have good products. And you don't have the wear and tear on the wrestlers. Like, it's such a big difference between the companies. I hate, comparing them, because they are two different entities. We have pro wrestling, and then we have sports entertainment. And what?
Well, no, I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, one major difference, right? You have, this feud where a guy forgot to mention another guy's name that he wanted to fight. Two totally different things, and then one guy got jealous and was angry. The other guy who said, when he listed off all the names of people he wanted to fight, he came down to the ring, was like, "Hey, you didn't talk about me." Like, two totally different things. So definitely not comparable, because that only happened in one company.
You're so annoying.
Not all sarcasm. The Edge, Miz, literally MJF and CM Punk.
Check it out, Mike. Can I go ahead? See, I'll finish it, please.
Don't do me like that, because I was literally I was actually in support of CL, because she didn't want to compare them, because they are two different things. But at the end of the day, they're not. There's obviously some. It's not just it's wrestling. See, no matter how you slice it, we're right to compare them. And yeah, you may not want to, but it is what it is. Like, they put themselves in a position to be compared to a new up and coming company again. But only this time, there's something about.
Wait, Mike just gave me the idea of how we get rid of Vince. We have
no. Wait, let me hang up. I don't want to be part of this. Whatever's about to be.
A sports entertainer on an episode of Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown say the word wrestling, he would implode, and then bam, Vince is gone. Because that's the biggest difference. Vince don't even believe in wrestling. He hasn't for 30 fucking years. That's older.
I cannot.
if we try to turn WWE into wrestling, Vince would disappear.
Well,
Problem solved.
at least with having or not having the pay-per-view this month for TLC, and it looks like they're taking a month off, which is pretty good. They need that. AEW and WWE start the new year off with like mini pay-per-views, whatever you want to call it. So WWE has day one, which I believe is actually on January 1st. And that's going to be in Atlanta. And then on January 8th, which is funny because Impact also has their pay-per-view that same night. So we have AEW and Impact on the same night, January 8th. We have Battle of the Belts, which I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. I guess maybe they'll show WWE how Survivor Series is supposed to go. How did everybody just disappear when I started talking?
No, I'm here.
So we got Battle of the Belt with AEW, and then we have Hard to Kill with Impact. So I have tickets to AEW's.
I thought you was going to say to Hard to Kill.
Yeah, I did watch Impact the other night, as you guys know.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a purist. So.
No, I thought you had tickets to Hard to Kill. I'm about to say, what?
Oh, no, I have tickets to Battle of the Belts in Charlotte. So I do have tickets to that. And then
was it a mini pay-per-view that they have? Was it Battle of the Belts?
I don't know what.
Wait, whose pay-per-view is Battle of the Belts?
AEW. I don't even know if it's really.
It's not a pay-per-view. It's like.
I mean, like a bit. Yeah, I got you.
Winter is Falling.
My fault. My kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like one of those, like it's a mini show, big show, mini show kind of thing. So that's Saturday, January 8th. So we do have a lot of big shows coming up. And then wait, do we have Winters coming? Or did that pass already? I forgot.
That's next
16th? 17th?
I know it's coming soon because we just got to Winters.
Next
Right. Barely, but yeah.
Yeah.
We do have that as well. So we have a crap ton of different shows, a lot of different talent that we'll see and different angles. You know, it's almost WrestleMania season.
So you might as well start watching Raw. Like, listen, I need y'all two to watch it just so we can have like a more in-depth conversation. Because I really, Raw has gotten better.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm asking y'all.
I've left wrestling plenty of times, and I always come back around the same time.
Yeah. So I'm asking y'all now, like, you know, as day one builds up, which leads into WrestleMania season, which is Royal Rumble and stuff. Just try to watch it. Okay, don't watch it live. Just you know, just try to watch it.
The answer to these next few questions will determine whether I say yes or no to what you just said. When is day one?
Yeah, what she said exactly.
Okay, that's bad. It's not looking. Wait, when is Royal Rumble?
It don't have to be live.
No. When is Royal Rumble?
I don't know, man. Look, I'm not asking y'all to watch it live.
Something like 22nd or something.
I'm not asking y'all to watch it live.
Even without the commercial, even though Hulu cut out parts of all that shit long.
No, they sure do. Hulu be like, nah, we cutting all this out. Like,
bro, I'm telling y'all, Raw is better. You know, watch what happens. Y'all gonna watch it, and this is gonna be like the worst Raw ever. But just try to watch it. It's 3 weeks leading up to day one. If you don't watch this week coming up Monday, watch the following Monday. That's all I'm asking. I'm
gonna watch this Monday.
No, I said don't watch this Monday. Watch the following Monday.
So you want me to watch the Monday before Christmas? Really?
Yeah, so you can get you in a holiday spirit.
I bet it will.
No, those are always the worst shows.
The only spirit it's gonna give is gonna make me rip up presents.
Yo,
y'all gonna be too happy to be mad about, you know. So I'm like, watch it. Nah, but I say watching this Monday coming up.
No, I say let's wrap it up. Jeff Hardy, is he going to AEW or is he retired?
That man needs to like get his life together.
I think he needs to take some time.
Yeah.
I know that AEW. My bad. WWE offered him rehab. I guess allegedly.
Said sorry.
Yeah, allegedly. They offered him, you know, rehab, and he was like, "No, I'm great. I'm great." And I was kind of saying this the other night on the show. Maybe it's just the fact he couldn't smoke weed, under WWE, because when he was in Impact and everything, he smoked weed, so he was fine then. He ain't had no problems. So maybe if we get him back on the marijuana, he'll be fine.
Friendly around here.
Well, you better hope it was just weed. He wasn't trying to hit a line in the bathroom or something.
I think alcohol is
keep him away from Rick.
Oh no, definitely not Rick. Yeah, don't because I don't know what he on. I want something before I go to the gym though. Whatever, it depends.
That man is on the purest form because he ain't dead yet.
Yo,
the purest form. The fact that he's still alive and outlived all those other wrestlers,
Don't forget when Rick started wrestling, he was like 300 pounds. Like he was huge.
No, like for real though. Like I've dug deep in this. Like almost all the wrestlers from WrestleMania in 1990. So that was what WrestleMania 1. Are dead.
Yeah.
Not Ric Flair.
Nah, he a vampire though.
Purest form of cocaine. Like he's going straight.
Yeah, he got one that used to, yeah. Not this new stuff.
He just got off the tree.
Not this new stuff.
Yes,
not this new stuff.
He got, I don't know. He got some crazy stuff. I don't know what witchcraft he got.
Vince got Roy's and he got Coke, and they are outliving everybody.
Yo, because everybody else is dead, but Rick's still holding on. So I don't know. I don't need Jeff to dabble with him.
That's what I'm saying, man. Jeff need to chill out. I don't know what he's doing, but he need to just like chill. Yeah, life is way too short.
Take some time off,
And debuting AEW with that's exactly what he's going to end up doing. So to answer your question, Chance, yeah, he's going to AEW. It's like not even a question.
Yep, retiring match. Jeff Darby at Double or Nothing.
I think it's got to be more than that because we mentioned this in the group chat. And I'm gonna say it here again because I guess it's slander. I don't really consider it slander, but we're kind of tired of both the Hardy brothers. So if you could take Matt with him,
you're gonna leave Jeff and Matt alone,
bro. It's not even just Matt Hardy. His faction, but his faction, the only faction AEW I don't like at all.
I'm really on this.
It's like 4 tag teams. What? That don't make sense.
It's because the compound of tag teams.
Mike, let me ask you something. Right?
It makes sense, but because like he's
a
tag team wrestler. At the same time, it's like they should be competing against each other.
What's the question?
Let me paint a picture for you, right?
Gosh.
Look at Edge. Look at Christian.
I ain't doing that. Nope.
Now look at Jeff. Look at Matt.
Nah. I ain't doing. Nope. I ain't gonna do
let's
it like that.
Let's compare the two.
I ain't gonna do it like that.
Let's look at it.
Look at them.
I ain't gonna do it like that. I ain't gonna do it like that, man. Dang. I mean, look, it's not like it's not like this. Is all I'm saying. Just chill out. Like just chill on it. Jeff still had a little bit of a run in him. Like you see him, he's over as over can be. Like he could have got a title once if he wasn't obviously.
We were young motherfuckers watching this man break his body for us. Of course he over. That's not going nowhere.
Hey, at SummerSlam, he spent like 5 minutes clapping, bro. Like I'm like, well, Jeff, what are you doing? He literally just standing there clapping for like 5 minutes. Yeah, he need to take some time off, man. Go get healthy. Bring Nero back and have him and Matt just, take on the Dark Order.
We don't need we don't need Nero.
Why not? I think Nero is cool.
Nero, really?
No,
Nero is cool.
We didn't. Just be you and go out with a bang.
Nah, him being him is the boy guy. He need to be Nero so he won't get himself into trouble. So the dark version of him is obviously the better version of him. So he need to turn to Brother Nero, him and Matt, and they can start deleting people.
I don't like going.
What do they be deleted as them?
I don't like going to doing old gimmicks.
Oh, but it's his gimmick.
I said no.
It's his gimmick.
That's it. On that note, we out.
Peace.
Hold on. Let me get my music for Mike.
Bob my head too.
Nobody.
Yeah.